Yes, greetings and love, everyone. I'm not gonna make this long, but I'm gonna address this specifically to the ones and ones, brothers and sisters, and the Asian Council of the Naya Bingi. Now, first, of, first I want to say special respect goes out to Sister Nagozi Afazana, Sister Wadada Kush out of Birmingham Strong, Sister Igila. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, sister, but respect. Your name spelled Igella. You are the one that motivate me to make the talk when I go make now. Juna Nigos, special respect goes out to you for maintaining a balance and respect to I and I to each other. Also, I want to say respect goes out to Ija Star. Again, good soldier. Also want to pay maximum respect to Rasbuki. I don't know if the I overstand why I come at the I or I come at the I first night, but I will clear it up. And if an apology is warranted, then I will openly and freely give my apology. Because my intention wasn't to cause a conflict. I also want to pay maximum respect again to I Mystic. Again, there was a slight misunderstanding, but I was able to clear it up. Want to also pay respect to my good brother and fellow soldier, Ras Congo I. Sorry that I did not get forward to make that possible yesterday. But at some stage I was drained, and as I know, the vibration have to be up there for I and I to be positive all the way. Last but not least, I want to pay maximum respect to Mama Makida Wadada. Real big woman in this struggle. I, JAHBUNNY, badass, take off my hat to the eye. Because I know the works that you have put in over the years. I met you, I think, 35 years ago. I met the I in the field. And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm going to use the I today as my talking point to show the level of respect that I and the balance that I have and I tried with. Now, how did I get to this vibration? This vibration come from 3 brethren that kicked me off. No, 2 brethren and a sister that kicked me off. The first brethren that kicked me off was Rasbuki. I have a lot of respect for Rasbuki, but sometimes as an elder and as a father of many children, sometimes your children want to do their own thing and you have to back off of them and make them do their own thing. And they will eventually find their mistake and, come round. So I have not spoken to you direct, Bookie. Not that I'm vexed with you or anything, but I find that you have your way and you're not listening to no one. And because you're not listening to no one, then you cannot expect ones and ones to listen to you. It's a two-way street, brethren. And the two-way street is that I'd like to guide the eye and I'd like to take guidance from you too. But if you don't now go listen to no elder, then no expect no elder to listen to you. So again, and don't keep trying to tell I and I how to address situation. No, I'm not here for that. You know, like I said, I take on to everyone with love and respect until them show me otherwise. So, like I said again, whatever I have learned, I have learned that ones and ones on this platform have a lot of petty bias carrying against each other, and it play out sometime as misunderstanding, miscommunication, because everybody thinks that them know what them know. Now, one must be careful where one get them information from. And it is very easy for I and I to misinterpret what I and I is about. Now, for example, Bookie make a statement first night that Leonard Percival Howell went to the coronation. And I rebut that by saying that never take place. I and I do not know for sure who went or who didn't went to the coronation. I and I, full standing of this movement, stems from, which is wrongfully again, from a statement attributed to the Honorable Marcus Garvey that goes, look for the crowning of a black king for hence our redemption. I have come to learn today that that statement was not actually made by the Honorable Marcus Garvey, but some other preacher up there in Harlem. However, from that statement, we learn that Leonard Percival Howell developed on that statement and built this movement after the crowning of Haile. So this is why I said the statement that I made, that it never happened, because I didn't, in my upcoming, I didn't actually know of Howell going to the coronation. I must point out that we must be very careful of the anthropologist report put out by George Smith, in that nowhere in the record did any of I and I collaborated with George Smith, who put out the first anthropologist report on the Rastafarian nation. George Smith, at the time, Bacawal was a no-go era, especially for the likes like George Smith. 1954, George Smith couldn't go down a dongle couldn't set foot nowhere in a back wall. Yeah, because that was in the dark days. Yeah. On the record, there's also no record of Claudius Henry or Leonard Howell collaborating with any anthropologist. However, we should take with a grain of salt the history and the record as it related to Mortimer Planner, Bongo Watto, listen carefully, Sam Brown, Mortimer Planner, Sam Brown, Jalide, Solomon Wolf. These brethren at some stage have collaborated with the enemies, for lacking a better word. Now, if you notice, there's no record, and I'm just speaking from the record, from my knowledge. So if there's record that someone can come forward and show, then feel free. There's no record of Bongo Eddie collaborating with the enemy. The record as it established, Highly High is a collaborator with many enemies. I'm just speaking. How you want to interpret it, how you want to spin it, feel free. However, I'm going to ask you, as Rastas, that every one of I who is on this platform, if you want to say something direct to JAHBUNNY, you know what to do. Because the link is right there. And on that note, yesterday I make a speech, something to do with Barled, and Sister Igella replied by saying something to the effect that, JAHBUNNY, I noticed you like talk about Barled. And when she said that, it forced I to go dig in my archive, because it seems that some people only listen to what they want to listen to when they hear I's utterance, and is not following the trad. I have established that I'm a Rasta baby, and I have also established that due to the works that I had was to perform over the years and the places that I have to tread, I had was to tread most time invisible, meaning without locks. I'm a vanguard and a soldier. So I had was to be incognito most of the time. This is how I am very effective in my missions. Now, to substantiate that position, I release a picture on this platform with my locks down in my back. That picture was taken 50 years ago. And I asked the sister that it would be nice for her to show me a picture of herself 50 years ago. This was after years, so I and the sister have since then leveled the vibes. And the reason why I'm making this now public is to show that we do not have to, we can agree to disagree, and we do not have to history shame each other. Yeah, we don't have to history shame each other, because everything is divided in two. Those that know and those that don't. If you don't know, you can't say you know, and you can't make up, say you know. Now, moving right along, I made a statement a couple of times, and I Mystic made a comment that something to the effect that my statement is repetitious, and I did not get the full standing, and I reply defensively. And to sort that matter out, I also call I Mystic, and we reason and level that vibes. So you see, we don't have to again history shame each other. My position, as I have said over and over, and I will not stop saying it, because I'm not giving away Rasta. My position is that I and I build this nation. I and I build it. And some musician carry it public, and now the world have it. Me still not give it to no. And we don't a jam one build this. No. Because this nation is a global nation, because Rasta is a global family, a lot of one now, more the spiritual side of it, is trying to impose Babylon spirituality into incorporating His Majesty spirituality again, the same spirituality that I and I originally did burn out. So we burn it out when it come in the white farm, and now I and I flip it to say everything we are born was the king doing, so now it is right. Like I said, I didn't come in this nation from that aspect. Straight free movement, revolution movement, that I did embrace this live true. So I still stand firm upon my original teaching. Now, this morning, I wake up and the vibration was to release a couple more pictures of I in the field. So I did that. And from that picture, it opened a different dialogue with me and some sister. For example, I released a picture of one minute. I released a picture. I released several pictures. I released a picture of I and Rashamali and Ras Gabri. on Jeppe Street, downtown Johannesburg. From that picture, a sister by the name of Sister Ngozi recognized I from 1993 and remember coming to the bookshop Raddles, downtown Johannesburg, Jeppe Street, and she remember Gabri quite well. I think she also remember Mama Makida Wadada. Now, from that connection, I was able to reason with this sister and get a vibration that the struggle is real and the struggle continue. Then I release a picture after that with I and Bongo Rocky. Rest in glory, Bongo Rocky. Real soldier. That picture was taken in the big yard, as you can see. Real soldier. And as you can see, Lax is down there. I release another picture with I and JAHBUNNY. I release another picture with Ross Joseph, R.I.P. again, and Priest Laniai. I release a next picture with Ian Ras Namo out of Zimbabwe, Elder Ras Shakur, Elder Ras Daddy Roy, Elder Ras Shaggy. All these are Elder Ras that have trod on to Zion. Last but not least, I release a picture with Bongo Time and Sister Mama Makida Wadada. Now, when you talk about sister in the struggle, this Sister Mama Wadada was the only Rasta woman that left the West here and was actually in the back of field with I and I. Yeah. So now I have to go to the daughter Glory because she need to get her flowers from high. JAHBUNNY. This daughter bring her little daughter. I think her daughter was around under 8-year-old at the time. And this daughter was living with I and I. Yeah, she was the only daughter in the gates with I and I. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you now where the brethren them do are. Yeah. As a Rasta woman, cause at the time, I was the only one in the gates with no locks. Yeah. I didn't have no locks. Everyone else was locks. It was around 10 of us. Everyone else was locks, including the daughter. And them locks brethren put the daughter out. Yeah, in a Johannesburg, them put her out on the street, knowing that she had no one there but I and I. Yeah, and the man them put her out. And it's a South African family that took her in. Yeah, this daughter. And this daughter I reason today with a sister that named Sister Wadada Kush, and this sister explained to I at the time that Mama Wadada was studying at university, and she came down there to finish her studying. Again, respect to Mama Wadada. Now, if you notice, the link between I and Mama Wadada continue from South Africa, where I first meet her, all the way back here to London. So if you notice, she's in my gates at Broadwater Farm, the famous Broadwater Farm, she and Bongo Time, and a brethren that came over from South Africa. Because once, again, I made a statement again to Sister Wadada Kush by telling her that I was a part of the team that sent Bongo Watto to South Africa, and the sister tried to correct I strongly that is incorrect, because she was one of the secretary at the time for Bongo Watto. Listen that. So we only show now how history can get twisted if we don't actually try for, because when the sister tell I that, you know what I did? I called the sister. I didn't fight with the sister. I never disrespect the sister. I reason. And when I reason, the sister was able to full stand where I was coming from. I pointed out to the sister that I have always worked incognito. So no one would have known 40 years ago what kind of work I was manifesting unless they were connected to the, lacking a better word, the hierarchy of the nation. Because I was on a mission. And the mission that I was on, it was to help liberate South Africa. So I wasn't there for a stage show or any musical environment. I was there as a commander in the field to help liberate Azana. After we liberate Azana, I had us to come forward out of Azana, and I point out to the sister that when I leave Azana and come forward, I leave Gabri, Chiesa, Tuwanda, Jablani, Huldi Selassie, and all these brethren rolling down the ground in South Africa. Now, the sister was able to connect with all these brethren, so she know that whatever I'm saying, it have to be factual. Then I point out that when I came to London, my first connection was made again through Anaya Binge that took place in Stonebridge, West London Centre. And that Nyabing's coronation was being conducted by Bongo Watto. And it's at that Nyabingi that I get involved with Ras Devon from Rastafari Universal Zion. The connection between I and Ras Devon is what bring about a delegation of the first delegation of Rasta to leave South Africa and come to London was through my connection with Ras Gabri. Yeah, salute Ras Gabri. Everyone that is anyone should know the history of Ras Gabri and what happened to Ras Gabri. Ras Gabri is one of them soldiers that gave his life for this live. I point out to the sister that at one stage, Ras Gabri lead a delegation from South Africa come to see I here in London. And at some stage, Ras Gabri was staying between I and the sister. Very small word. Now, this is a sister that start off opposing I. But you see how the thing fall in? This sister and I was working on the same agenda, not knowing each other. So the sister is right that Bongo Watto, she was the secretary and she was involved. And I am also right. Because this is how the work is manifest. And I am praying now that youth and youth, brethren and sisters, can take a different approach when them hear a brethren say something that they do not full stand or do not in agreement with. All you have to do is call the brethren. Make some time. Don't just come out on the public platform and try to history shame your brethren. Because, and I'm going to take heed from about doing this myself. From now on, if I hear someone say something that I am not in agreement with and I know different, I'm going to call that person direct and try to work out how the virgin come to that knowledge. Because we have to be very careful today how we pass on our history. Because here it is, you can make a wrong statement, and if no one challenges it, then it becomes a reality. Because younger Ras will carry it on, and it will go on, and we have to be also careful who is recording our history. Because as it stands today, all the elders before I and I have trod on, and who is telling our history today? Most of the time when someone like myself, whenever I go and nobody school, start to speak, intellectual try to beat you down. And when them beat you down, because I'm an intellectual, they now turn round and put a twist on the story and start tell my story. Do you over how the thing work? So we have to be mindful and careful of that. where that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it now, so you can have a live recording of it coming out of the horse's mouth. This way, no guy can rewrite what JAHBUNNY did say if he never say it. So, my brother and my sister, all I'm asking now is to try to stay positive, keep it positive, stop the bickering amongst each other. If someone make a statement that don't sit right, then it's nothing to give that one a direct call and ask them to explain before trying to ridicule each other publicly. I think sometimes my approach is also a bit too harsh. So I am promising my brothers and sisters that I will be mindful from now on how I utter to my brethren and sisters. Keep in mind that I am from a generation where word sound is power, and we use words different than how I was not trained to use words. Yeah, I was not trained to use words. So keep that in mind. And I'm not going to make this much longer. Respect to each and every one of the Rastafari nation. And I pray that we can find a better way forward. Perfect love until such time.